Should play some Blitz. Yeah, I'll play Blitz after this for sure. Alrighty, Sergio from Australia. Good old E4 best by test. Oh my gosh, 2 moves in. I'm already 5 seconds down. This is so laggy. I apologize for that. Okay, this is Hungarian defense. I think I've seen it called. What I like to do is just develop normally. And then prevent this. So the problem with this setup is he's just like totally locked in here now. I can actually do this. See if he wants to take now. Okay, happy with that. Might even castle queenside. Yeah, definitely castling queenside now, because I can pawn storm. Tricky move would be to play this knight move, because I'd be tempted to take if if this was defended, for instance, and then he'd skewer my strong pieces. So, all right. So this I like. I mean, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to open up his rook. I don't have to take. As GM Smirnov says, to take is a mistake. So I'm just going to slide my king out of the way and then pawn storm. Here's a question for people. Do you guys play with music in the background? Because I don't think I can focus with music in the background. All right, so he's going to do this. I'm going to drop back. He's going to take. I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to start my pawn storm here. Okay, knight comes in. What if I take first? Or push first? His knight could just escape. If he takes, I take, I'm threatening. Really, I don't even want to take back, because then that pawn could be a shield for me. No need to sacrifice just yet. Just bring the piece over to join this attack. Yeah, you play with music. I do not blame you. All right, now I'll take that. That's fine. Rather, let's do this first. Knight's got to go, probably here. Support this guy. Take first. Threaten this pawn. Pawn storm incoming. Yes, I will definitely review this game. I do not know the Hungarian defense super strong, super well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Currently playing a dude from Australia. Gosh, what time is it there? It's probably like 10 a.m. Okay, yeah, so I don't think that does anything really. I can even take and win a pawn, even 2 pawns. Let's do that. Although he's threatening this pawn. All right, what to do, what to do. I like the pawn storm. I'll let the rook come in. That's fine. Maybe get him stuck. Because I'm also still threatening this pawn. There might be some tactics here I gotta watch out for. You know what would be awesome? As if, okay, that works too. He wants to undouble his pawns. I don't want him to. Let's just come back for now. Threaten this little fork. Doesn't do much at the moment. Because queen is defending the bishop and can easily defend. But I think the key thing is cutting off these two rooks from each other. Maybe I have to prep that with this move. Yeah, if I undoubled his pawns, I could have attacked with the knight. Yeah, but this bishop is, I mean, he's not really going anywhere. Oh, that was a nice move. But I'm just going to force that rook out of there. I gotta watch out for any back rank issues. If I go here, he's got the dark square diagonal. Let's see what you got. Yeah, okay, that was a nice move. But now I go here, right? Reopen this file towards the king. Just gonna take this. He's gonna attack like this. That's fine. He has queen recapturing. I missed. Yep. Now I go here. Threaten mate in 1. Rook's got to come back or king has to run. That looks super strong. Oh no, now the queen recaptures. Okay. Yeah, I go here. Let's see. If I go here, what happens? Oh, wait a second. Almost have a beautiful tactic here. If queen comes in this way, right, he'll drop back with the rook. Then I throw in this check. King comes forward. I have this, forking the king and the queen. And yeah, my queen's under attack too. And if I take his queen first, when he takes me, I win the rook back, right? Oh, I gotta try it. You know what they say, look for checks, right? So the king comes forward and spoils all the fun. In which case I'll still fork and win material. Oh, that's no fun. What happens if I go here? over here. He's really looking for that trade. I think this is strong. Let's go here. Because if he comes back up, then I throw this in, fork. But he can drop back like this. And now I'm threatening a pawn. She can defend a couple different ways, I suppose. But tactics are in the air. Trade queens and fork, we'll see. Oh yeah, that would have worked. If I'd gone here, he takes. Boom. Threaten this guy. There it is. Okay. So let's go here. King is forced to take, which allows me to do this. He either goes down material or he loses a queen. So I'll take that, thank you. Now I'm happy to trade queens. All right, let's come in here, threaten mate in. Mate in a couple. Oh, here's stronger, I think. Yeah, mate in two. Good, good move. Are we winning the bishop? Maybe. Let's go here first. I think we got him on the ropes, ladies and gents. I think we got him on the ropes. Boxing reference. Okay, good move. Good move. What to do here? Check. And then threaten to come in the back way. Or just pick up the bishop. Pick up the bishop. Threaten checkmate a zillion different ways. And yeah, also defending this pawn. No back rank issues for me. This is mate in one. Got him. GG. Good first game of the night. Let's go. Yeah, force rook trade, trade the queens. Yeah. A couple different ways I think this could have gone. So let's review this guy. Also, when anybody is playing on chess.com and you hit game review, does it open 2 tabs of game review for you guys? Like, I'm always getting 2. And I'm like, this is killing my CPU power. I don't need this. I just need 1. All right, pretty strong. Looks like I was never really losing, so that's nice to see. Accuracy of 87. Love to see it. I had 1 mistake, 1 miss, but our friend here had a blunder, so happens. All right, let's go. E4, best by test. Good old Italian opening. I know it's cliche, but whenever they bring the knight out, I like to fry Leverum because it's just so much fun. It's too much fun not to play. So anyway, it's not what happened. Played the Hungarian defense, which already from here, the eval says 0.1, plus 0.1 in favor of white. So it's, the same advantage as when no pieces have moved yet. And the advantage only exists because white has the first move. When he moves the bishop, out to e7, the advantage already goes up to 0.5 in favor of white. So already that's not the strongest opening for black in the Italian game. That's okay. Generally, the computer likes the bishop coming out to here. And then the two knights defense is also pretty good if you don't mind the fried liver, in which case if you're going to play tracks, so the bishop comes right out anyway. So, okay. I was like, all right, I don't know this opening through and through, so we're just going to play standard chess, standard developing chess. I think the miss was the trade and the fork. Yeah, probably. So, okay. I've seen other, engine analyses where it says, yeah, prevent this pin at all costs. I'm not usually afraid of it because you usually just kick, and if they go up this way, sometimes you can even push the g-pawn and then castle long. But here, the computer says, yeah, you should have developed quicker. Fine, I get it. Here I supported the center, and the eval drops back to equal. It wants that strike in the center. Okay, fine. His knight jumps in, and I'm like, I have no reason to take that. It would only dislodge my knight here once he recaptures with the pawns. I'm like, okay. I'm just going to put pressure. Oh, the computer likes taking. That's interesting. Let's see that. You're not able to force doubled pawns. Okay. Fair enough, but, I mean, yeah, he's weak in this diagonal, but it doesn't matter. It's not as weak as this one when the f-pawn is pushed, so. Plus, I'm kind of crimping my queen here, but that's okay. All right, instead, I opted to put pressure on that knight, see what he wanted to do, and he took. Fine. That's a nice, comfortable square for my queen. He castles, I castle. Still wants my pawn push. I slide over, it wants the pawn storm first. Fine. Here's the pawn storm, here's his pawn storm. I just drop right back. Pushes again. I swing over. The computer wants the knight to go to the edge of the board. I'm struggling to explain that because now what? That knight has no prospects in the near future. Okay. So I come this way, the more natural looking move. And here I'm like, okay, he's trying to trap the bishop. Let me attack his knight first. Then I will take his bishop. Slide my queen up, defend this pawn twice. Once by the bishop, once by the queen. He comes in this way. Yeah, the reason I took was I wanted this pawn on e6. Boom. Computer says I had something a little bit stronger. Fine. So I pushed here to defend this pawn because these pawns are more offensive than defensive. This one's not really doing a ton right now and has no good square to push to. So I let it hang, and the computer actually appreciated that. So matter of fact, it said the rook coming in was a mistake because my knight comes over, and now I'm looking to block this rook in jail. He looks to prevent that with a queen trade, slide out of the way. Computer wants me to come to the queen side. Fine. That's a blunder because did I miss a trap? Queen down. Shoot. Okay. That was the miss. I said, what the heck? I'm fine trading. Like, his only piece in my position is now gone. And now he's preventing this knight jump, which is where my knight really wants to go. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can force it. Or at least open, if it can't jump in this way, then I'll open up the h-file towards this king. Rook comes over. Yeah, here I take, because I'm like, that h-file's opening up. Rook comes down, and I'm like, that's not a problem. Because now my queen comes in. And he's got issues. Queen comes up. Okay, so what we were looking at here was something like this. Yeah, but he can come here and then you just trade everything, and I'm not up any material. Yeah, let's just play it out. I was thinking, you know, I'd take this way, and now if he takes my queen, because it's not check, I win the queen. But he can just take. And now this is real bad, because if I trade off like this, you can't really see the eval bar, but it's dropped to 0.4. Whereas here, eval is 5.0. Massive advantage for white here. So, okay. He comes in, go knight h5 instead. Like this. Or knight h5 at a different moment after the pawn push. All right, so here, push takes. Yeah, it didn't really accomplish a whole lot because now the king is completely safe from my knight. And now when I trade, like, I've just lost a pawn in the process. So okay. Instead, I bring my queen over here, eyeing this pawn, looking at these kinds of ideas. His queen comes back, and then I find the fork. All right, you're saying trade the queens first here, like this. All right, when the queen was on the 8th, right here, pawn push, he takes, then trade queen and fork. Okay. Trade the queens. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Although the computer says that this drops down to only a 3-point advantage. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, so now he's got a passer, and I can't defend this. So I got to run like heck with my king. So, but yeah, that would have maintained the advantage and simplified down to a rook versus bishop endgame. So good point. I actually didn't see that because I was so focused on this knight move with fork of on this side. So that's actually what ended up happening. Push, he takes fork, and then he's forced to well, it's not forced, strictly speaking, but if he didn't want to lose his queen, he's basically forced to trade down. And this actually maintains the 5-point advantage, so it worked out. A4, I was like, I'm still coming for the king, you know. So, wow, okay, that was my first thought, was to come over to F1. The computer likes H1 better. Because if I go here, right, then okay. Yeah, super strong. All right, that's okay. Instead, I come this way, threatening mate in 2 here. Because let's say he pushes pawn. Boom, 1 square. Mate. So that's what I saw. He plays the only defensive move. But this pawn that we were eyeing earlier, I finally pick it up. He runs this way. I check. Instead of hiding behind the bishop, which would have been pinned, I can just pick it up. So I'd have to race my king. That's right. Yeah. Because rook versus bishop is super strong. And his was a dark squared bishop, which, I mean, if he got his pawn here, that would be a problem for me. But, you know, I can easily just do something like pushing my pawn here and then running my king out this way. Unless, of course, he just pushes, in which I'm like totally locked. So anyway, yeah, so good stuff. Yeah, fun to play. So yeah, I will include this analysis and the stream. His pawn structure changes much because of his pawn structure. Yeah. Because of his pawn structure on the king side. Oh, you're right. You're right. You have a good point. On my king side. Right, yeah. So, yeah, ended up going this way. Worked out. So yeah, I'll actually keep the recording of this and the analysis. I'll put it in the chess lab in the School community. So if you want to check it out, please do. And yeah, this is a good one.